Hi, welcome to What's New in Nature. In the last episode, we talked about some of those plants that are developing fruits that we're going to start to see in the fall, like walnuts, persimmon, pawpaw even in September. So when I start to see this flower behind me start to bloom, I also know that it's getting toward the end of our summer.
When the asters start to bloom, it means that summer is coming to a close and fall is upon us. If you just saw these flowers and had no idea what month it was, you could narrow it down. Well, you know it wouldn't be winter, of course, but you also know it's probably not March, not April or May, probably not even June, but you might guess late July, as in now, August, but definitely September. If you have a birthday in September, you know Aster. It's your birthday flower. In Kansas City, you'll see different types of asters this time of year. Some blossoms are small and have white petals. Others are larger with purple petals. But they all have that same sort of look to them, like a daisy, if you're familiar with daisies. Those feathery type petals here and the yellow center.
Most people are familiar with the New England Aster, which gets pretty tall. And our New England Aster out here is not blooming yet because it's only July 30th right now. So we'll start to see those blooms in late August or early September.
This is one aster that isn't quite that familiar to people, but I love to talk about it, and I love this one in our yard. This is called the Aromatic Aster, and just like its name, aromatic, it smells beautifully. It's not the flowers that smell. So, and as I said with the New England Aster, the blossoms aren't out quite yet. This is something you're going to look forward to this fall. But it's the leaves that smell so good. If you gently do this with the leaves and then smell your hand, it's an amazingly beautiful perfume. It's just rained recently, so there's still some rain on here and it's not that sticky. But if it were dry out today, these leaves actually are super duper sticky too, and really leave that fragrance on your hand and on your skin. The Aromatic Aster is more like a shrub than tall like the New England Aster. And you can make this shrub as big or as small as you'd like just by pruning it. You don't want to prune it too close to September because then the blossoms won't come out as well. I cut this one back 3/4 the way to the ground, actually in about the middle of June, so that it stayed about this height. I'll give you an idea of our height here. And then the blossom, it'll get a little bit taller, end up being maybe about 3 feet tall when those blossoms come out, rather than as tall as I've seen some of these shrubs get so out of hand. They've been about 4.5 feet. Okay, so in comparison, here's our New England Aster, which can get pretty tall too, and I can show you actually where I cut it back. Get in there. And you can see kind of where I cut it back early, and like I said, around June. There are some gardeners who say when you prune around Mother's Day and prune around Father's Day, and then some of your later fall bloomers won't be quite so straggly when they want to bloom.
It won't be long before we notice a lot more monarch butterflies as they make their journey to overwinter in the Oyamel forest in Mexico, or swarms of green darner dragonflies as they make their way to overwinter in the southeast United States, or the geese and ducks moving south too. I hope you notice these changes, and as Aldo Leopold says, notice each plant's birthday. Studying phenology begins with starting to notice all the natural happenings around you. If you want to keep a phenology journal, or just notice those changes in your neighborhood or around the city, here are some resources for you. Thanks for joining us this summer with This Week in Nature. We hope you enjoy studying the phenology in your own backyard, and we hope you can come out and visit us in our backyard right out here at Wyandotte County Lake Park at the Schlagle Library branch. Until then, keep reading and get outdoors.